Welcome to episode 9 of the Gingerspyce Dragonborn project. In this episode, I'm going to be doing Litany of the Dead on Reaper mode, and I'm also going to be seeing how much XP I gain from a run-through of Reaper, then Elite, Hard, and Normal. This is a great quest to farm for XP. At most lives, I do farm it. I do it once on each difficulty because it's such a quick completion and great XP. So we'll see how much we get for doing all of that. And if you're new to Litany, I'm not going to be doing full runs. You have to do it 4 times, and there's 4 different paths you can take to go to 4 different bosses. And you have to do every one of those to flag for heroic abbot. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to sort of the midpoint of the quest, which is where you get completion. And then when you go beyond that to get to these 4 different bosses, which are technically optionals, but like I said, you gotta do that to flag for abbot. Now to flag for Litany, years ago, in case you're a returning player, or if you knew and don't know, years ago you used to have to actually run the Necro 4 quests to flag for it, in addition to having the completed abbot sigil. But now, all you have to do is have a completed sigil. You don't actually have to run the quest. So you have a completed sigil left over from a previous life, for example. You just turn in and not even worry about any of the quests or anything. All you need is a completed sigil to enter Litany of the Dead. And you can put stacks of the pieces inside your sigil frame and like I said, carry them over to your next life. So I'm going to go ahead and turn in my sigil. I'm almost good to go for next life. I just need 1 piece. And you don't have to keep doing that every time you run. It's just one time you're flagged for it. You can run as often as you like. Okay, let's take a look at where things are. We'll do enhancements first. So I'm filling out more on the Dragonborn side. Season's Herald hasn't changed. But I've got the DC, Power and Breath, up to Tier 2. I've got the Draconic Heritage White up to Tier 2. This gives me 20 cold spell power, and this gives me +2 to the DCs of my breath attack. And then I have +2 to the DC of evocation spells, which is like Earthquake, for example. Call Lightning, for example. So that's really awesome. And earlier in the series, I talked about how, this is a better investment, action point per action point, than Strength of Solstice, which is +1 to evocation and transmutation spells, but transmutation meaningless on a druid, generally speaking. That's 2 action points for +1. Here I get, for 2 action points, I get +2. And then I can spend a 3rd action point to get +3. So, better investment here than over here. I also picked up Memory and Flight. This is your Abundant Step ability. I haven't been using it a lot, just not in the habit of doing it. The Breath Attack, not very exciting still. I've heard that it can be powerful higher level, but right now it's just kind of, I don't know, kind of lame. On the Reaper side, I'm getting close to 0.9. Just got PRR and Constitution. On the spells, picked up Earthquake. And I did have heal, but I've been doing so many quests with undead, shadows, and stuff that I picked up Sunburst instead. I'll just pick up heal, next level. I've mentioned before how I don't like to farm quests, but there are certain ones that I will, like Desecrated Temple of Vol, like Ghost of Perdition. They're such quick completions, and they're good XP for the little amount of time that you do. So I just got done doing Vol on Reaper, Elite, Hard. And Normal, and then I did Ghost of Perdition on Reaper, Elite, and Hard. And so I'm kissing 16 right now, and I'll see how far Litany takes me. On the gear side, still got the Concordant Opposition Goggles. This will stay with me until level 20 when I racial reincarnate. Still got the Scales of Avarice. I've been trying to farm for, a Mythic or Reaper version. I've been re-rolling lots of chests. I feel like every time I'm doing a video in this series, I'm down 100 shards from last time because I keep re-rolling chests. But I want it, like I said before, if I can get like a Reaper or a Mythic version, then what I'm going to do is apply the Eldritch Armor Ritual, which will give me another AC. Braces of Wind's the same. This is going to stay with me until level 20, and the armor will too, unless I can get a better version of it. So this is a new ring, level 15, the same stats as before, except I got to slot it up with the Sapphire of Good Luck +2. And you can get those from Giant Hole just by trading in relics, in case you didn't know that. The Sapphire of Good Luck. False Life 29, Insightful Constitution 3, Constitution 8. Beautiful ring for lots of hit points and con. This is a new crafted set of boots. It's the same stats as before, but this, a level 15 version with higher of those same stats. Green slot has Feather Falling, Dexterity 8, Sheltering 19, Insightful Spellsight 8. Same thing with the gloves. It's the same. Actually, no. I changed up things just a little bit. So my level 15 version, I have it slotted up with Strength 4. Actually, I crafted Strength before. I just Strength 6. I don't really need Strength 6, and now that it's a level 15 item, I can slot a Strength 4 augment, which is a level 12 augment. And all I need is Strength 4. I mean, I just want Strength so that I'm not, encumbered. So I'm not overloaded by all the loot I'm carrying. I'm not looking for Strength, to hit and damage. So 4 is good enough. So since I can slot that now, I went ahead and crafted something different. So I got Insightful Glaciation 47 on there before. So the previous set I had level 10, Insightful Magnetism, Insightful Glaciation. So a little bit more. It's 47. That's a little bit more than the Insightful Potency here at 31. So 16 more cold spell power. Not really that great, but anyways, Glaciation 94 and Heal Amp 30. This is a new ring for level 15. Yellow slot, Blindness Immunity, the same as before. I got Ice Lore 14, that was on there before. Insightful Magical Sheltering 9, and now I have Insightful Balance 8. So a little bit. That's a new stat. Insightful Balance. Still got my Mineral 2 plus 45 hit point belt, Protection 5, Heavy Fort. I was looking at possibly crafting a cloak, but I don't know. Like I could put Wisdom 8 on a cloak. There's some other stats that I could put on there that are kind of nice, but I don't know. I'd lose Fire Lore, Fire Absorption. I don't know. I'm not really willing to change it out just for 2 more Wisdom. And just as a reminder, I do have Wisdom 6 is on the Concordant Opposition. So as far as a standard, enhancement bonus to Wisdom, I'm just going to keep the 6. I'm not going to try to go for better than that. I'm getting higher than that though with the Insightful stat, which is on the next item that I'm going to mention. Shard of Power is the same as last video, so Insightful Wisdom 3, Resistance 6, Spell Save 6. I'll probably recraft this at 17 because it's the next level for Resistance and Spell Saves. But everything else actually will probably stay exactly the same. This will be the same too, just the next, next tier of Resistance and Spell Save. So we got my Torque and the Pansophic Circlet. Actually, I need to look into crafting a better shield probably. It's a level 11 shield, so I need to look into that. Insightful Intimidate 6, Intimidate 13, Electrical Absorption 21. Same as last couple videos. And the Lightning 2 Scimitar. Okay. That Reaper 5 Cabal was so painful. I'm scarred from it. We're going to try Reaper 4 Litany. I know I've done Litany on Reaper before, but I don't remember how many skulls. Alright, R4 didn't work out. I tried twice, and just too many Reapers, too many champions. So we're going to do R3. get Earthquake now. And Earthquake has just been so awesome in these Reaper quests. You know, I mean, it's an awesome, it was always an awesome spell. But just now, the crowd control is just so much more valuable. But a little mana savings tip is to turn off your meta magics, at least your damaging meta magic, your empower, your maximize for Earthquake. Earthquake does some damage, but it's not enough to warrant the extra mana costs. At least I don't think that it is. So you can just right click it on any spell on your hotbar and you can toggle it off. You can say have it always off for that. And by the way, I have turned off extend for all my buffs, and the only thing I have extends for now is Body of the Sun. My buffs are lasting 15 minutes, plenty of time generally speaking, but I really like it for Body of the Sun. I also like to turn off the damaging metas for Sunburst, and that's just a personal preference. Also mana savings. Of course you want to have your meta magics on for all your SLAs. You want all metas to all SLAs, because you can apply meta magic feats to SLAs for free. But for the regular version, I got that loaded up for the blinding effect. So just again to save a little bit of mana, I turned off the damaging SLA or the damaging meta magics for that. So right here is where I died both times on R4. One time both these weeps were champs, and there was a Carnage Reaper and the one Reaper that prevents me from healing myself. And so I mean, you get a Carnage Reaper and then the Reaper that doesn't let you heal. That's a really bad combination. Now, just in case you're really new, you know, and maybe you've heard the term Litany before, Litany of the Dead, there is a trinket called Litany of the Dead as well, and that comes from, well, there's an epic version that comes from Mark of Death, and there's a heroic version that comes from the abbot raid, from the heroic abbot raid. And there's a quest called Litany of the Dead too. Kaitang Feruza says some funny things over his head. It's like, oh, I got this, you know, Dwarf Bane Sword of Power 1 that will cut you down to size. Then he switches. He actually switches weapons. He's actually telling you what kind of weapon he's using too. Oh, he's immune to fire. It'll take me a while to beat him down on this tune. Wounding Blade of Puncturing. Vorpal Blade of Destruction. That's pretty ridiculous. Unholy Burst of Maiming. I guess I can exit Fire Elemental form for the rest of this guy. Immune to fire and cold. That's not a good combination for me. Paralyzing Sword of Power 1 will certainly finish you off. I got a very good deal for it, you know. Oh, the cold's healing him. I ain't paying attention. Gotta get him out of that. So it's really just call lightning, word of balance. That's terrible. Doing 176 with the sunburst. I wonder if I can even hit him in wolf form. Not really doing much there. A little bit of light damage from my Crown of Summer. But not much. At least I'm getting the lightning procs off the lit too. That was ridiculous. And pull the lever to get things started. Now we're gonna have to hang out for 1 minute and kill stuff, or you can go hide in the corner. And deal with reapers the whole time. Not cool. each minute that goes by, one of those crystal lights up, turns green. Look at that. You can stone a weep. Center crystal glows green. Did Reaper 5 missing chain. That was intense. So, well, wasn't too bad until you get to the end fight of it in the flesh, and that was intense. We had like there was a full guild group with 4 dead, and maybe even 4 or 5 dead at one point. It was pretty crazy. But we rallied, got her done. Probably could have just ran by all this stuff, but okay, we're gonna throw a regenerate, make sure we have a fresh springs resurgence. We're just gonna do it. See if we can manage to not get hit at all. Woot! Flawless victory. Anytime now. If I jump up and down. There's a solver that has the answers to the riddles. You know, it's depending on how you answer these determines which boss you face, and you need to make sure you answer correctly. Otherwise, the dragon will insta kill you if you get them wrong. So don't just click things at random. Boom, 52 grand for that. What did it take me? 17 minutes. That's kind of long, but I mean it was Reaper 3, so. Alright, now I'm going to knock out, I'm not going to do it on the video, but I'm going to splice in at the end, see how much total XP I get. I'm going to go run it real quick, and elite and hard and normal now. Just up to this point. Alright, I just finished my elite, hard, and normal runs, and I did my math, with completion times of 17.97 in 6 minutes, a total of 39 minutes of questing. I started with 2.412 million XP, ended with 2.538, so that's a little over 126,000 XP in 39 minutes. Not too bad. But I did have the 20% pot going. I got other bonuses going, like the ship buffs, Tome of Learning, and Master's Gift are factored in there as well. Thanks for watching. If you are looking for a full tutorial of Litany of the Dead, I do have another video that has all 4 of the bosses. I will put a link in the video description. If you have any questions about my build, you can respond in the Druid forums in my build post. And that's it, and that's all.